Real quick, this is gonna be kind of a different video. This is kind of similar to a story time, but real fast, make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because yeah, this situation sucks and I hate everybody. Alright, I hope I never have to make a video like this ever again, because I actually hate talking about this, but it's been bothering me for months at this point. So, I'm not even, there's no intro for this. I'm pissed. So, about 4 to 5 months ago, I went to a certain store because I was trying to get some new stuff for my recording. I think I went to get my ring light, or I was getting a new terabyte drive. I was getting a new terabyte drive, so I could upload all my files into it, blah blah blah. So because of this, I'm walking around the stores, kind of looking, and a guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just looking for this. Can you show me where that is?" He's like, "I got you, whatever." And as we're walking over there, he starts talking to me, and he's like, "Yeah, so he's like, so do you stream or anything like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do YouTube or whatever." I was like, we got about like 60 something subs. I'm pretty small right now, but yeah, I'm just trying to get my legs going. And so he's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Yeah, I stream, blah blah." He's like, "Yeah, I have a whole organization that I'm running." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's interesting." And mind you, like, this is like, I'm still fresh, and this is so 4 or 5 months ago. I didn't even hit 100 at this point. So I'm just like, I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. So like, what do you guys do?" And he's like, we got a lot of streamers there. He's like, our Twitter, we have like 11K Twitter followers, all this stuff. I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's sick." And he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Would you be interested in like, maybe dropping by, see how you like things, whatever. I'll give you my contact info. Maybe we could link up." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, that sounds awesome." And now that I know, I'm like super naive. Like now I'm like super naive. I'm like pissed off with myself that I even like gave this man the time of day. And so I'm like, "All right, man, yeah, cool, whatever." So we're talking like 15-20 minutes about all this stuff. He says he streams occasionally, and he says that he has they're in the process of recruiting people to help with like editing for YouTubers and all this stuff. They want to expand to like get YouTubers into their in their actual organization or like that. I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's sick." He's like, I would feel proud to be like the first person to help you guys out. I don't know which video it is, but there's a video where I say I have good news coming potentially, and I'll let y'all know later. I forgot, but just look at some of my earlier videos from like 4 or 5 months ago. You'll know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I get his contact information, and then I text him that day. I'm like, "Hey, just let me know whenever you're able to link up, and then we'll talk." And he's like, "All right, cool." So then about 2 weeks goes by. Nothing. I heard nothing. And so then, I saw him, posting regularly on his Twitter. I saw the company's Twitter keep going. And so I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, news." Then he responded about 4 or 5 days later, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I've been so busy." And I was like, "Hey, man, people are busy. That's fine. I get it. Stuff happens. It's cool. Whatever." And so I was like, "Okay, well, what time could you give me a call at?" And he's like, "No, I'm sorry." He said he had some personal stuff going on. He said a pet was in the hospital and all this stuff, so I wasn't really too worried about it. So then I was like, "Okay, so what time can I give you a call at?" He's like, "Let me know. I'll let you know sooner," or whatever like that. I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." So he held me off for a good while again. Then I want to say around early August. I want to say around early August or late June. I finally ended up giving him a call. He gave me his Discord, and we were on the phone for like 20 minutes, and I was like, basically, I was trying to be like, "Hey, so what all do I need to do to get into your organization? How can I help you guys? What do you guys need me to do?" He's like, "You're good. You just need to keep focusing on your content, make sure you're staying steady, all that stuff." And I'm like, "All right, that's fine, that's fair." I was like, "How's it going?" So I was like, "Do you have any more YouTubers that you're adding? Do you have anybody else that's willing to edit? All this stuff." I'm just trying to get details. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to progress. Over this 20-minute phone call, nothing advanced. Literally nothing. I was wasting my time this entire time. And so I'm like, "Okay, that's like, I get it. You want me to keep uploading? That's fine. Whatever, cool." But I'm just like, "Bro, I'm trying to get in." And the thing is before this phone call, I had hopped into the Discord And anybody can literally anybody can just get this Discord from their public Twitter. So I hopped in the Discord. I'm like, hey guys, I spoke with blah blah blah. I'm new here. I appreciate you guys adding me. And the air, like just the vibe, it was like they all just. Because here's the thing, bro. This is mostly streamers. This is like, I think I was the only YouTuber that actually jumped into this. And so it's mostly streamers. They're all looking at me like I'm weird. I think there was like one person, and I could actually call her out by name that was actually nice to me and actually communicate with me. I could call her out by name, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of drama that I don't feel like getting into, bro. But anyway, it was just awkward. Mad awkward. I was trying to ask questions, all this stuff like that. No one was responding to me. I'm like, cool, fuck y'all. I get it. It is what it is. So, all right, bro. So I'm on the phone 20 minutes. Nothing advances. He's like, yeah. She's like, I'll let you know in the next couple weeks what happens. Well, I'll see what we're moving. Try to get this money straight. I'm like, all right, man, cool. That's fine. So again, I see him constantly posting on his Twitter, constantly posting on the company's group chat. So I'm like, man, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go ahead and so I send him a DM on Twitter. I'm like, hey, any luck? And this is like after 2 weeks. I waited. It was like 2 weeks, and I waited. And I was like, hey, any luck? Nothing. I get silence. And so I'm like, oh, okay. You can be busy. Stuff could happen. So I sent my message on Discord. Nothing. I sent my direct message on Discord. Absolutely nothing. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. Another week goes by. I see him still, the entire time, he's still posting all this shit on Twitter. So I go ahead and I hop in one of his comments. I'm like, hey, give me a call or send me a text, whatever, whenever you get a chance. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my DMs are kind of a mess, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here just like, all right. So I'm already smelling cap at this point, right? I'm already smelling cap, bro. Man, I fucking, I go and I try to send him another Twitter message, another Twitter DM. Nothing. And so then at this point, I just ended up blocking him. I just ended up blocking both of them. I'm so mad that I even entertained this idea, son. You feel me? Like, I'm so mad that I even attempted. Bro, I was going to bring some of my other friends to this. I was like invested. I was like, I was hype. Dude, I'm a small YouTuber, and the possibility of getting into a big org, dude, that is huge. Like, bro, I could have had so many collabs, all this stuff. So much stuff was racing through my mind, but I got fucking scammed, bro. And so just like, nah, dude, when people, like, moving forward, people ask me to do, like, collabs and stuff like that. Nah, I don't know about all that, Chief. Like, this shit just made me so salty. Like, nah. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, because I'm not calling anybody on specifics, but just don't expect any collabs or anything like that, because no. But yeah, basically that's it. Kind of I don't know if this is a story time. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna put this, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not expect videos like this more often, because I just want to address the situation, because I'm like really fucking pissed this actually happened to me. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh yeah, just look back at his Twitter, and apparently he's bragging about people that get mad at the fact that he doesn't answer his Twitter messages all the time and shit. Yeah, fuck that dude.